So what's my overall thought of the LOF Powerboost kit? Well, it's absolutely bloody fantastic. I'm driving my Defender now and the brakes are just something else. Do a bit of a stop here. Whoa, that is brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. Right, so let's have a look what we get in the LOF Powerboost Servo Kit. So I've got the box here, bit of packaging, instructions, that to one side. So there's the ring itself, all CNC machined, bullet aluminium. So that will fit on your servo. So it all lines up. Countersunk hole comes with new M8 bolts to secure it. Bit of a weight to that as well, just drop the nut. You get a gasket then, little foam gasket in the kit, and then you get another seal which goes onto the master cylinder, which I'll show you in the video. So that, with the ABS brake servo, it's going to give you really good braking. Nicely made, solid. Right, let's have a look at the servo. So here we have is the TRW brake servo, double bellows brake servo, which you need to use when you're fitting this from LOF, this spacer. And then you've got the vacuum pipe, which is on the bottom. On the one I got now, my original one, it'll be up here somewhere. So come to this side, and this is where this will fit. And when it comes to fitting this, I'm trying to line this up now, you can fit it in a couple of different positions on these pegs or on these studs. So your aim is to have this straight as possible. So when I fit this, you'll probably see it a lot better than me explaining it just here. So you can put this in any position. Trying to get this in, and then look at the camera. There you go. So the aim is, when you've got your, I tell you, let me go and grab it, and then you'll be able to see what I'm on about. 2 seconds. So this is your master cylinder, which needs to go in here. So you don't need to do anything with this. You leave this on the vehicle, but I got a spare one. So we need to put this, I'm trying to do this right now. Let's have a look here. That lined up. So basically, when that's bolted on there like that, you've got your vacuum pipe on the bottom. How much of this you can see on the camera. And basically on the back, when you bolt this onto here, like that, these studs may need to be in a different position. That's why you've got these different holes here. So you can move this along to that position, because at the end of the day you don't want the servo to be in that position. You want it to be more well, it's got to be square. So that's the idea of that. Right, let's get this fitted on. Always handy to have one of these. Is that going to stay there? Sort of. So there you go, you've just seen the brake servo, which is a double bellows one, and then I'm going to be fitting this now on there. So let's have a look at the engine bay and what I got to do to take this off. It should take more than an hour, about an hour they reckon, but we'll see. Just chock the bonnet up a little bit higher, so it's a bit windy today as well. So there's your standard brake servo, a bit dark in there with this filter on. So I need to get the clevis pin out of there. So you've got 4 bolts to undo, which you probably just about see, just there, 4 bolts. And then obviously then the 2 then on here. So your vacuum pipe needs to come off here as well, and undo these clips. If you've got these clips on your Defender, take them off, so it allows me then to move these pipes a little bit out of the way. Right, take that off. I might have to take this out of the way. Some wiring should be fine, but yeah, we'll get this off. Right, I'll set you on a tripod and get to work fitting that. I can't wait to get it on there. Let's hope I don't snap any pipes. Right, so let's make a start. A bit windy today, but that shouldn't be a problem. Right, what I'm going to do is take these rubber caps off. There you go, got one of the caps off. Put that somewhere safe. There should be one this side. Get in there. There you go. Got that one off as well. Right, what I'm going to do next, 13mm spanner. Crank these off, yeah. So yeah, what I'm going to do is just loosen as much as I can here. The ideal thing would be to take the bonnet off, to be honest with you. Tight. So that's loose. So the whole unit's quite loose now. So I've taken, you see me take the caps off, I can feel that clevis pin in there. So it is going to be a bit of a bastard to get out. So I think that split pin. So there's a split pin in there. I got new split pins to go in anyway. So that beauty of undoing that first, look, is that clevis pin, if it's tight, so you want to loosen this first. So then you've got a bit of movement in that pin then. So I think that pin will just come out easy. I can feel it going back and forth now when I'm clicking it. So what I'm going to do is loosen these a little bit more off, just like that. There you go, that one's off. Now, my Defender's coming up to 20 years old, so this is the original Lucas one on here. I changed the master cylinder a couple of years ago, probably about a year and a half ago, something like that. Maybe I've done a YouTube video on that as well. So that don't need changing. Clevis pin out. Wish me luck. It shouldn't. I got my pliers and everything. Right, I'll get that out.
One day later.
So it's the next day. I had to do a job and leave that, but to be honest with you, it's taken me an hour and a half to get that clevis pin out, the split pin. I had a real bastard of a job to get that out. Let me show you where I'm at. And I've just finished work and I thought, right, I need to get on with this filming. Yeah, so I've managed to get it out, but it was a nightmare of a job to get out. I'll show you what I had to do. So the clevis pin fits in there, and there's obviously, it's down in there, look. So the split pin was in that side, so I didn't have much room with all this here to get that out. All I got to do now is slide that out. All the bolts are nice and loose, it's 4 of them, so I got to just do that on the master cylinder now, take them out. So I'll be doing that next, but bit of a fight on my hand to get in there to get the split pin off. So hopefully when I put it back, I might put the split pin on this side. Right, let's get this master cylinder off, loosen them off anyway. Not the best days to be doing this. Is the sun is out, it's nice weather, but it's a bit windy. I'm going to take these connectors off, and then I'm just going to pop this off with a vacuum pipe, pull him out of the way. I got to do a bit of modification on that, get him out of the way somewhere. Tuck them under something. Right, that's out. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I mean, this servo has been in here, well, since I've had the vehicle. Well, it's coming up to 20 years old, this Defender, this TD5. What you find on some of these servos, that they can crack over time. They can split and rust out. Right, here it goes. So I'm going to use a little ratchet or a little extension. There we go, we got him. So yesterday, split pin obviously goes in there, holds that clevis pin on. You can see I've tried to get it out, it just snapped more or less flush in there. So I got a new split pin, got a box of split pins. But that was a bastard of a job to get that split pin out of there. So yeah, I need to keep a hold of that. Get this off. Clear those studs. Delicate operation, trying to get this out of here without damaging anything. There we go. Yeah, that is tinny as hell. Not too bad inside actually, it looks pretty good. Bit of surface rust. So with a new ABS servo, the double bellows, like on this, it's got 4 studs. On the new one with that ring, you only utilize 2 M8 bolts on the studs to hold it onto here. Right, got that off. I'm going to give this a bit of a clean up. Looks all pretty good. That weren't too bad. The master cylinder I only changed probably last year or the year before. I think I've done a YouTube video on it. So there you go. I've just given it a bit of a lana guarding and a bit of rust proofing stuff. It's really good there, to be honest with you. Like I say, Land Rover's come to 20 years old and she's in good nick because I've had it from new. Let's have a look at these servos together because there's a bit of a difference. Let's have a look at them. So there you go. For those who don't know much about servos, I'm not 100% up on them, but that's the double and that's the single. You can see the difference. I mean, you know, this is It's probably gone a bit weak with a spring in there. There's a big spring in there, guys. You probably just about to see it. Bit of corrosion there. And what you will notice, like I said, when that's in that position, so it's sort of in that position, your vacuum pipe is up here. But on this one, it needs to be in that position, and your vacuum pipe is sort of at the 5-6 o'clock position. But yeah, there's a big difference in the size. Size does matter, apparently. And there's the thing that will do the magic on there. So we spin that around. You see that on there. 2 studs for the master cylinder. So the only thing I had to do with this servo is it had 4 studs on it. I'm sure it's the right servo for what I want. It's too late now, so I've had it a good while. So that will go on there, like I said, and we'll find out what the best position that will be. I'll put some copper grease and all that on there. I'll maybe put some washers on there and everything. But yeah, I'm just can't wait, especially when you've got a big Defender with big 35-inch tires on, big huge heavy duty bumper, winch bumper. I haven't got my roof tent on now. You know, when you start loading up your Defender, whether that's a 90 or a 110, it's the stopping power. You know, I got good discs on here. You can just see them, and the pads. But yeah, to get that on. So enough waffling on. Let's get this thing fitted. Right, so this is the fitting up. Got the gasket here, so we're gonna open this up. Get this on. Right, so what I've done, I've just put a bit of copper grease on there and some on here as well. So I need to get that on. Put this on here. And I'll just tighten these up. Get a socket on there and tighten those up. So right, that's ready to fit now, and hopefully that's going to be in the right position. Like I said to you, you need to have the servo pipe in that position. I say servo pipe, the vacuum pipe, you know what I mean. Let's tighten those up and then we'll start to get it fitted on. So all the good stuff, all excited. Alright, let's snip these down. Right, here we go. We need to get this in there. Well, it should. Hopefully, it's going to be bloody tight. Right, so we've got the gasket here, little washer or whatever it is. Right, so we're going to need to get this in there. Right, let's have a look here. Come on. Make sure it goes into the pin itself. Right, that's gone in. Boy, is that tight. It's quite a hard job, I would say. It's quite a fairly hard, difficult job to get on, because I'm worried about these pipes. There's a bit of flex in them, but even so. Right, let's see if I can get that clevis pin on, and then we'll start nipping stuff up. So there you go, I've managed to fit it, put the clevis pin in, put the caps back on. Let me spin you around and show you. So there you go, all fitted up. Got the clevis pin back in, and then what I've done, I've actually put the split pin on this side. A lot easier to get off if I need to. All bolted up, the master cylinder's bolted on. The only thing that's left for me to do now is the vacuum pipe attachment. This one is the original one, and the one on the new TRW double servo is a lot bigger. So that's a lot bigger, and maybe at a later stage, I think it's 10mm the pipe. I'll buy some silicone pipe and then take it down to the alternator there, look.
One weekend of pampering later.
So it's been about a week since I've fitted that brake servo from LOF. So I've come up to the countryside and I've done some modifications to the vacuum pipe. Let me spin you around and show you, and then we'll talk about what I think of the upgraded brake servo with the boost power ring. Let's have a look at what I've done. So since then, what I've done, I've actually bought a bit of blue silicone vacuum pipe, put it off the back of the alternator on a TD5, which is this down there. So the beauty of that now is this one piece straight through and everything else. Yeah, a week on after fitting this, bit of a handful to fit. So my overall view of the uprated servo with the LOF Powerboost ring, I gotta say it is fantastic. It's made a huge difference to my Defender. Definitely worth the upgrade if you've got a Defender, a 300 or a TD5. And I think he offers a kit now for a 200 TDI, and yeah, it's definitely worth investing. So check out his website. I'll leave a link in the description. But overall, I'm very pleased with the brakes. It's made a huge difference to the Defender. I get a bit more confidence in driving it with the brakes. It does take a bit of getting used to. But another thing I would mention as well, if you're going to do this job, if your brakes and your pads and discs are not very good, it'd be worth doing them first and then doing that as well. And if your brake lines are a bit rusty, what have you, it's worth doing that as well. But overall, I think it's definitely worth doing. Like I say, it's probably one of the best upgrades I've done at the moment. I know I've done other upgrades on my Defender, but yeah, that's made a huge difference, especially with a big truck as well like that. So what's my overall thought of the LOF Powerboost kit? Well, it's absolutely bloody fantastic. I'm driving my Defender now and the brakes are just something else. Whoa, yeah, absolutely stop. I'm nearly on the button, absolutely brilliant. What's it like to fit? It can be a bit fiddly to fit. Let's wait for this car to come past. Yeah, it can be a bit fiddly, to fit, a bit tight. Say as long as you spray everything up, loosen everything up, you should be fine. Say it did take me a little while to get that clevis pin out. It took me about just over an hour. Perhaps I didn't have the right tools for the job, but overall it's transformed the Defender for braking. You know, a lot more confidence in stopping something that's over 2 ton, especially when you've got a Defender that's, you know, got big tires on it, big bumper on it, winch, roof tent, and all the other stuff as well on here, heavy duty prop shafts and stuff. You know, there's a lot of weight in something like this, trying to stop it. To be honest, it's transformed my Defender. Stop at this junction here. There we go. You know, it's trying to stop something that's 2.5 ton, just over. Oh, hear that power. TD5. A live tuning. Oh yeah, that's put in. You know, I'm up to 45, 51. I'm gonna do a bit of a stop here. Whoa, that is brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. Makes a huge difference on the braking. Yeah. From owning a Land Rover for many years, especially this one, I've had this nearly 20 years, and I've had a few others before this, and this one's got discs all around. Uprated pads and front discs and rear discs as well. But yeah, it's made a huge difference on the braking and all that. It seems to stop a lot better. I think was slammed on, I think she will lock up a bit. But overall, yeah, I'm really, really impressed. So if you like the video, don't forget to leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, which is the most important thing. Yeah, and don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram and everything else. Yeah, until the next time, hope you like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. And hopefully, it won't be too long. Cheers, guys. All the best.